This is,
Bowser! Get my thing on the table, fucker!
this is a situation.
Bowser!
323-685-2924.
Bowser, get my thing on the table!
323-685-2924. 4111 Hammel, Hammel Street, LA, California, 90063, or as they call us in the post office, Hazard, California, 90063. We live in Hazard, like Dukes of Hazzard, only we're the West Coast version, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. We live in Hazard. I don't like being called East LA because we're really point of it. Temper's dad, and he's a martyr for free speech. The graffiti police killed his soul. Well, I can't say his soul lives on, but they hurt him. It almost killed his soul. Because he died in the middle of writing his masterpiece, his advertising for his family. It's like, Smith Brothers cough drops or Johnson & Johnson. And this was his family. And he was advertising his family. And for that he was shot in the back. He tried to flee, at least 5 shots, maybe more. And he died next door. At the next. And the people who lived there had to see a martyr because of graffiti. Are they trying to teach us a lesson? Graffiti or will kill you? Because they don't know who did the shooting. All I know is those graffiti police work hard at painting over everything that people like Temper and others do. And the Malavia, the butters, they can stay up longer, much longer. And you begin to think, are they paying the graffiti police to be lazy when it comes to Malavia shit? And I wonder to myself, being from Chicago and not in a gang, I was one of those National Honor Society members at the Steinmetz High School. I wasn't a greaser. But man, even the greasers can make a living. Here, we got nothing. And I wonder if the Malavia wasn't getting a kickback from police to give them some action, because there wasn't, or maybe they were getting a kickback from, the people that hate Mexicans, the KKK. Maybe they like riling up the natives, so to speak, and just like the communist people used to rile up us Americans who just were happy to go golfing and make apple pie. I'm just thinking, there's more to it than you see, and nobody seems to care. They didn't even mention it on TV. They didn't even mention that while a 26-year-old man, or 25, who was probably my student at one point in the high schools I taught, was killed in the middle of expressing his right to freedom of speech. He is like a revolutionary, war veteran, that needs a Purple Heart because he died for the freedom of speech. Okay, it doesn't matter what he was saying. Nobody in the property owned. When I wrote Bernie's Homies on my own property on Hamill Street, said Bernie's Homies, I was at war with the graffiti police. They wanted to come and wipe out my sign. And they would come, oh my God. It was like I had to do a giggle, you know? And I said, this is my right of freedom of speech. And I said, I can't believe you people in there don't know that. And you see the graffiti police are working on the fact that, well, it's ugly. But what Temper was doing wasn't ugly. It wasn't just a quick scrawling because you don't want to get caught by the cops. This was a masterpiece. It said, it was beautiful. He was putting in, I don't know if we were influencing each other mentally. I don't know. All I knew is I thought it was wonderful. And he saw that I like doing Bernie's Homies in a more advertising way, you know, so it would be appealing to the eyes. Because if you're going to advertise anything, you know, you want to put your best foot forward. And even if it's in the font, it makes a difference. So I guess I kind of introduced the idea that, you know, you can make bubble letters and you don't have to do all this scrawly, ugly paint. You can take a brush and do it. Or you can, you know, I mean, if it's your house, you should be able to do it. But the First Amendment rights apparently are not working right where I live. In fact, they're not working so poorly that a man died. And it was covered up why he died. The person responsible for getting that covered up should go to constitutional classes. Just like some people take parenting classes or they take classes in, you know, driver's ed because they got a DUI, they have to go to classes in you know, anger management. Well, we need to have a constitutional class. Have everybody learn the Constitution. Because if anybody knew the Constitution, they would know that there is a Fourth Amendment of the Constitution, which is called the right to assemble. So we have a right to assemble with whomever we so choose. And that the American infiltrated and Islamic terrorist infiltration of the police department isn't enough to want to throw up. They're even infiltrating the gangs. So where the fuck are you, the FBI wants to know? Nowhere. So whatever was working before isn't working now. So give Trump a chance. He's so fucking smarter than most of you people put together. And you just don't want to admit. You don't want to admit that he's right. He's right about a lot of stuff. He might have an ego issue, but so what? Nobody can put up with you guys. He has a good sense of humor. He was a wonderful man till you started attacking him. Anyway, it was on this couch, probably, that my friend used to sleep. He was a good boy. I remember giving him a sandwich. Everybody was getting a sandwich. He said, you how do I have to pay you? And I said, no. He says, well, you like me. And I, duh. You know, I mean, but he was so appreciative and almost surprised that I was just giving him some breakfast or, I don't know, a quesadilla, whatever it was. He was so thankful for the little thing that to me was little, but to him was big. And so, all these little acts of kindness, when they're appreciated, you want to do more. But I can't be kind to this young man anymore because he's gone. And I didn't even know who he was. I didn't even know his name. I got him mixed up with some other guy who looks like him. In fact, I watched one of these guys walking around, and I see him again. And I don't know if he's a ghost already, and he's here, or if he's using one of our boys to... He's using one of our boys. It's... Oh, wants Colby to help him. He wants Colby, his buddy, to help him, but not cause more issues. The best way to do revenge is to live a good life. And I feel this is a time, a beginning. It's time to do things like Danish people do, you know. I'm not saying we become communists, but we share the wealth, and we don't let children and old people be in fear of losing their families, their freedoms. The Danish do beautiful furniture, and they're lucky. They've got blonde hair and blue eyes, and they're not really afflicted with alcoholism. Those Danes, they're pretty smart. They're good. They look good. They act good. I wish I was Danish. I'm not Danish. I'm not from Denmark. Copenhagen, Denmark is a fairy tale place. They have statues of the Little Mermaid in Copenhagen, Denmark. They don't have statues of war heroes. They have statues of the Little Mermaid. I love Copenhagen. I was amazed because the glory of war, the glory of gangsters, the glory of, you know, the gangs and the Malavia and the little valley and the lot even. You know, are we being infiltrated? Aren't we? Really, it won't make any difference as long as we resist doing stupid shit. I'm not saying that I don't even like Muslims, because I have a nephew who's Muslim. And, you know, like, that's not my blood exactly, but my sister's daughter married a man from the Middle East. And they have 3 boys, or 2 boys, I don't even know. And they're part Dilo, which is Polish. So, if everybody loves one another, and we intermarry, kind of like the Kardashians, it'll be harder and harder to want to go to war with each other, because you're going to be killing your relatives. Although if you really want to be technical, religious about it, God is everywhere, and you're basically killing the God inside of your bodies. When you kill others, it's killing the beautiful God spirit. But you might be dyslexic and just have a dog. You know how your dog loves you. He forgives you. He licks your face. He's very jealous of you. If you want to be with somebody else, he might come between you and your loved one, you know, your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. But he's behind you every way. Well, that's how God is. And you know, when they say, hey, doll, it's like, hey, God. Because there's a God in every single one of us. And to build a wall is kind of a good symbol, but unnecessary. I mean, we got... All you have to do is give people a bunch of cameras on the border, because then they're going to start paying each other to look the other way. I don't know, but what a waste. It's almost as stupid as buying a nuclear weapon. At least the wall doesn't hurt anybody compared to a nuclear weapon. Get your act together. Join the Love One Another Anti-Nuclear Club. Go online and email me, and I will give you a link. I'll email you back on a link. My new email. I don't even know if it's going to work, but let's try it. New peace sign at gmail.com. If that doesn't work, then just go to my original, which was new peace sign at, I think I have one at yahoo.com, and I think I have one at AOL.com. But I'm going to make a new website called New Peace Sign, and it will be for advertising peace. Because when he wrote the letters LOTT, he was advertising living on the top of a city terrace, living on the top of the world. What's so wrong about living on the top? So, I'll figure it out. I don't know what my name will be, but right now it's Crazy Mary, I know. Maybe there's one like Crazy Mary at gmail.com. And then maybe there isn't. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Crazy Mary from East LA. I'm pretty sure that's not taken. Yet. Okay, I am resurrecting my sadness because one of my boys died. And he has asked me to be his voice because they got him in the back. And it had something to do with oil. There's oil in them there hills. There's oil in California. There's oil wells. There's a lot of shit like that. And the police have something to do with that oil. And so they were forced, they were forced to make deals they didn't want to refuse. And the Saudis basically gave them a lot of money. And so they got the Malavia beautiful civic centers, and lo and behold, Sheriff's Department is in the Malavia, and anyone who is not in the Malavia is the enemy, and we are not in the Malavia. So until we get out of fucking East LA or open up the Pandora's box of worms, and you find out that Lee Baca from the Sheriff's Department was setting us up for infiltrated cops, and Mohammed Ahed in 2011, January I think it was, he was one of the first recruits after 9/11. 9/11 happened in September, and soon after that, was it, I don't know what, but he got the guy in the eye, and I don't know, it was on Hamill and Brannick, and now this killing, Hamill and Brannick, it's like a vendetta. And vendettas are dangerous because they always get back at you. And these vendettas, like the, I don't know, McCoys, and I don't know, something in the McCoys. You're gonna just waste your lives. There's more to do than vendettas. Focus on your own lives, getting your act together, not doing so much drugs, not doing so much drinking. I'm not saying give it up, but get a life, guys. Get a life. Find a job. Make a job for yourself. Take care of your children. Get married. Now, I don't know. I think I'm just borrowing his spirit and saying from my own feelings, these men should marry their wives legally. Looks better. It feels better. It is better to marry in the church. And we should have parties in the church. Oh, I'm sorry. Not the church. Right next door. At 506 North Brannock. We can build a beautiful dance floor. And underneath we have a laundromat and a garage. Perfect. I don't need a garage for cooking. I don't need, like a garage where you do anything important. Just a regular garage to park cars while they go do their laundry. And, we have a laundromat. And above the laundromat, we have dancing. And above the dancing, I want to have a preschool. So we can run a preschool called Love One Another, Anti-Nuclear Club. And we teach children from the age of 2 until 4 about other languages. Make it 5. From the age of 2 to the age of 5. Unless the kid is precocious and knows how to get out of diapers early. And you're like, oh no, my kid is perfect. But the point of it is, language acquisition only happens between the ages of 1 and 5. Or actually, birth and 5. If you want your child to learn another language, the least you can do is put on Spanish or Polish or Korean or some other language on the background of your house, so that your child will get used to hearing it. And someday, when she or he finally encounters another person using that language, it will be more familiar to hear the song of the language. There are certain songs that are there. And he'll understand the pace. Music and language are similar. There's like a staccato, there's I'm sorry, but I'm a linguist. That's what I do. I'm a linguist. I study languages. And Noam Chomsky, got that, Chomsky? I'm sorry, but it's Martian. My father taught me Martian when I was 5. So I know how to speak Martian, and you guys don't. Squigong Koziki, Skolum Skolum. Umgaga Squaluga. I don't know if I'm going to teach Martian, but maybe to the adults when we're taking over. Don't laugh. Who knows? It might be true. I mean, come on. Who knows? One reality is, in the middle of writing, painting, whatever, on the wall, that's exercising your First Amendment right and showing allegiance to your group by advertising it, which should be allowed because it's the right to assemble. For Jimmy also known as Jim Beam. For Jim Beam, that's Jimmy Chavez. For him to be incarcerated at all just shows you how stupid the so-called justice system is. Jimmy is a good man. God, I wish he was here. I miss Jimmy. He was like, I used to call him the Mexican.
Hey, you got a phone?
No.
Oh, check it for me, huh?
I don't have it. The Mexican version of Eddie Murphy. He used to make me laugh. He saved my husband's life. He was a little bit crooked, but he was also very honest. He was like a husband that I never had sex with, screaming and yelling, and he would scream and yell, and we got this far from going, and he's not even dead. But in a way he's dead because he's gone. They took him away. They tried taking his car away. They took his children away. They took his houses away. They even took this piece of shit little room away from him. For being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And now this. Getting shot in the back. And then the police, from the graffiti police, the stupid idiot painters, cover what he had written. And they're just doing their job. I would write up there again, but out of respect for him, I don't want to touch it. I don't want anybody touching it. I want to get paint remover and see what was underneath that, or get some, I don't know. Everybody has allegiance to something or someone. It's human to want to join the group. You shouldn't put people in jail because they have messed up lives. Most of the people living here, their mothers weren't even in the picture. Not all the time. Their mother was a problem because she was in jail. So you had to be raised by your grandmother and grandfather. And that's sort of how I felt about Jimmy. He was like my grandson or my son. And now they put him away for not even doing anything wrong. He couldn't stop what was happening. He could see that the part of it was self-defense, not for him, but even the other one. They wanted to start a fight. They were looking for it. They started it and were the ones that got killed. Jimmy's getting killed. He can't be staying there. He's got to get out. Free Jim Beam. Buy yourself some Jim Beam. I know I bought one yesterday. Someone stole it. But they got free Jim Beam, so whatever. I want you to take some Jim Beam. If you don't drink, just give it away to somebody. And say, free Jim Beam. And then go to... I'm going to try to get a thing called Free Jim Beam. I don't even know. I'll make him a website so we can get money towards his release. And God rest the soul of Tempers. Not yet though, Temper. I want you to keep telling me what to do. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you, Temper. I really appreciate your help. I didn't want you to die just to give me some help. You didn't need to choose to die. I don't think you chose it. But you're a martyr. You're a martyr for the freedom of speech. This wasn't gang activity. This was constitutional behavior. I can't get this stopped. I don't know. How do I stop this?